A guide to how to find yourself a dog trainer. Hi, my name's Charlie Thorburn. Welcome to More Dog Undogs. We get a lot of people asking, we live in Gloucestershire, or I live in Pennsylvania, or I live wherever I live. And so they're too far away, or they feel they're too far away to come to us. So they want to find a dog trainer. Or we've been going to dog training classes and they tell me to do this, but your videos tell me to do that. And I'm not quite sure what to do. So I'm going to give you a little bit of inside information coming to it from the other side. When you're finding someone to help you train your dog, this is like picking a private school for your kids. You don't just go to the one there because it's there. You go to one that you feel is in tune with your values and what you're trying to achieve. When you're picking a university, you pick one that's in tune with your course and your degree and what you want to do. When you're looking at a company to work for, you might pick a company that you like what they do and you want to sell their product, or you want to promote what they do, or you want to work with them. Picking a dog trainer is just the same. Don't just go to one because they're the local dog trainer and that's the one the vet recommended. Go to one that actually does a really good job. And the first way to find that out is just to ask if you can go for a walk with them, with their dogs, using their methods, making sure that their methods work and that their dogs are really good. And I literally just mean, can we just go for a walk in the park for 10 minutes? You want to see their dog walking to heel, on the lead, off the lead. You want it sitting and staying in distractions. You want it to recall from other dogs. You want it engaging with other dogs and seeing that, it's handling these environments and these situations well without any excuses. So you can't have the, it's a rescue dog, so, it's not very good with other dogs, or I really don't care. If it's a rescue dog and you're a dog trainer, you should be able to fix it, okay? And if you can't fix it, why can't you fix it? Because you've got a whole load of people coming to you with their dogs with problems and they want them fixed. So therefore, the dog trainer's dog should be the proof in the pudding. Ideally, not even one dog, a number of dogs, 2 dogs, 3 dogs, and not an old 12-year-old who's plodding along, hardly being able to walk. You want something with a bit of spirit, a 3, 4, 5-year-old, a vibrant dog, but a really well-behaved dog that you can see from your own eyes that dog is the dog that you want your dog to become. Because if it's not, you've got a problem. If your dog trainer hasn't got a dog, big flipping alarm bells, that's not great, is it? How can you be a dog trainer without a dog? That's just shouldn't exist, okay? In my view, it shouldn't exist. It doesn't make any sense. That's like a maths teacher who can't do maths. Doesn't make any sense. So the first thing is their dogs. Now, the other thing is make sure that their dog is clearly trained with the methods that they use. So if they're telling you to have your dog in a harness and you're going to use it, which obviously I absolutely detest, as you know from some of my other videos, but if they're going to insist that you use a harness, that's fine. If their dog wears a harness and it's immaculate behaved and it does all the things you want them to do. But if their dog's pulling on a lead, why are they teaching you how to make your dog not pull on a lead when they can't even get their own dog to do it? If, on the other hand, you go to somebody and their dogs are impeccable and everything they show you with their dog's impeccable, then you want to all ears zone into what they're telling you to do. Don't start picking bits from my videos, picking bits from other people's videos, visiting different trainers who tell you to do different things and disagree with this person and disagree with that person. Because dog training isn't just follow this set of rules, your dog will achieve what you want it to do. That's not how it works. We've all got our different ways of overcoming things, going around things, going head on through things, fixing problems, stopping problems happening in the first place. We've all got our own methods. So we start with the raw material of a puppy that doesn't behave. We end up with an amazing, fully trained dog. But how we do that, how this path happens, it's not the same, okay? It's not even exactly the same if you come to me and you come to one of my team. Not exactly the same. It's pretty much, they're following a very similar course, but they're going to have slightly different takes and they're going to have slightly different things going on. So with other dog trainers, there's going to be a huge, wide variety of methods of how to get to that end place. And so long as that person has proved to you and other people that they can do that, then you want to be all ears. As soon as you start confusing yourself and your dog by going to different people and trying to do different things and taking different snippets from different people, it's all going to just be so confusing. Having a teacher who teaches you one thing and then going to another teacher the next week who says, oh, I would do it like this, and then you change, and then you're changing again, then you can't remember who told you to do that and why, and you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. That's not conducive to learning, so don't put your dog through that. Ask questions. This is a thing that people just don't, they just go, oh, the dog trainer told me to do it. Why? Ask them why. Why did they tell you to do that? Get them to explain it to you, and if they can't explain it to you, it doesn't make any sense. That's why they can't explain it to you, because things that are easily explained are logical, simple things. Things that make sense are easily explained. If something's like, oh, that's just what we do, that's not an answer. That's not an answer at all. That's the sort of thing the government would say. And they're an absolute bloody shambles, aren't they? Whichever government, from whichever country. Oh no, that's just what we do. That's what we've always done. That's not a logical answer. That's not a reason to listen to them. On the other hand, they explain it to you and you go, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I totally get that. I understand why you're doing that. I understand why you're encouraging me to teach my dog that way. That's great. Again, all ears, listen to them. You've got to be really careful though, because the more you flit around, the more you kind of take someone's idea and someone else's idea, the more confused you're going to be. And if you're confused, you can guarantee your dog's going to be confused. And if your dog's confused, generally they just go, oh God, this person hasn't got a clue. My owner hasn't got a clue what they're doing, so I'm just going to carry on doing my own thing. So find the right person. Find them by interviewing them, by assessing them and their dog, by looking at how they do it and how their dogs behave and going, that's what I want. That's what my goal is. People come here and they see my dogs and they go, that's what I want my dog to be like. So at least we've got a goal. We've got a finish line in sight. There she is. She's sitting there behaving. That's what I want. How do we get from here to here? And we'll show them. But you've got to just follow the rules, and you've got to be willing to follow the rules to the absolute T. Not, oh yeah, well I was going to these classes and then between classes I'm not doing anything I'm told. I'm not listening to anything I was told in the class. I'm not following any of the rules. I'm just going on for a nice walk because someone told me in the park that I needed to walk my dog, or someone in the park told me I should do this. Stick to one thing. Stick to the person that knows. Stick to the trainer that you've interviewed and you trust, and follow exactly what they tell you to do. Ask them. They say to them, right, between this week and next week, if I'm going for a walk, should I go for a walk? When I go for a walk, when I go in the car, shall I go to the beach? Ask them all the things that you're thinking of doing and ask them what they advise you to do. And if you follow all these things perfectly, you're going to end up with a really good dog. If you kind of expect to go to a class once a week or once a fortnight, put zero effort in between and just let your dog run ragged around the woods, you're not going to get a good dog. You can go to as many lessons as you like, but if you're spending an hour in a lesson and then 10 hours a week letting your dog run ragged through the fields, which ones do you think is going to be the more common habit that you're going to be producing? Is it the hour here and there, or is it the 10 hours of consistency? It's the 10 hours of consistency. Make sure that consistency is the right thing, not the wrong thing. All this stuff's just really logical. It's not rocket science at all. It's not some sort of magic wand that I'm going to wave, or some good dog trainer is going to wave over the dog and you're going to have an immaculate dog. It's just common sense, and it's putting in the time and the discipline and repeating it. A recap. Interview your dog trainer. See what their dogs are like. See if their dogs are good enough for them to be a dog trainer. If I'm going skiing, I want that guy to be doing backflips before he's teaching me how to do basic skiing. If I'm going shooting, I want that guy shooting clays with his eyes shut, because if he can't do that, he's not going to be able to teach me. You've got to be able to do it. You've got to be able to show that you can do it, and that the people you've taught in the past, or the dogs you've taught in the past, can also do it. And that's the key. And once you've established that, then all ears and listen and focus and take their word as gospel. But obviously, if you go to someone and their dogs are bloody shambles, just walk away, because it's a complete waste of your time, your money, and everything else. And they probably shouldn't be training dogs. So if you stop going to them, then they're not going to have a business anymore, and they can go and get a job in McDonald's, because it's probably more suited to them. Okay? Hope this is helpful. As usual, it's pretty blunt, pretty to the point, but that's me, and that's how we look at it all. So just think about it logically, interview them, and make sure that you really believe in what they're going to say. And if you don't, even when you're committed to it, question them. Questions, questions, questions. I love it when people question what I say because it makes me think, it makes me explain it in a different way. It makes me think about how I can explain it to them in a better way. And until they go, that makes sense, I get it. And then we know we're starting to mesh, we're starting to sync. And you've got to be like that with your dog trainer. You've got to sync, you've got to mesh, you've got to have a bond, because otherwise, you're not going to put in the time with them and you're not going to put in the time with your dog. Remember, you get out what you put in. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and we'll see you all next time.